Hi, hi Priyanka.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode by UVAP. And today we are going to do an extension of last episode, which was on weight loss, where we had word about what are some of the common myths and how to stay consistent and motivated, about intermittent fasting, about power yoga, and about binge eating and how we can avoid it. So whether you are new to weight loss journey or you want a sustainable life, this episode is for you. So welcome Priyanka. So this is a
Thank
continuation of
you.
yeah. Yeah. So, talking about continuation from the last topic, I want to talk about gut health. So, gut health is becoming a focal point in overall wellness journey. So, how important are probiotics and fermented foods in weight loss journey? And can you share some of the Indian foods which are full of these probiotics and fermented foods?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is what you mentioned is bang on that gut health is actually is becoming more and more at the center of everything. Now, gut health is like your core health. Now, it is called core for a reason because it is core. And gut, and it actually goes back to the episode that we did earlier as well on who, like, when we talk about health, what do we mean by it? See, as a human body, we have outsourced a number of functions to other people. So, like, we eat food, but unless we can digest that food, so you are not what you eat, but you are what you can digest. And can you digest everything? Then I need to define you, because human cells are not capable of digesting each and every micronutrient or microvitamin which is there, which are needed by the body, but then you need bacteria in the middle to help you digest that. So what happens is you give food to the bacteria is well fed, and it produces these minerals and vitamins which are very much needed for you. So what we need here are two things primarily. One, that you should have a diverse community of microbiome, diverse community of bacteria who can help you produce, let's say, your vitamin K2 or like various. See, abhi jitne vitamins we know, that's a small section of what the body needs. The body needs about 4 lakh different type of proteins. And what do we talk about amino acids? How many are essential in amino acids? 9. And then there are non-essential as well. So
Correct.
who is going to create that symphony of words? See, it's like in English language, you have 26 alphabets,
Hmm.
but the language has got many infinite number of words. But who is that person who is creating these words out of this alphabets? So your
Hmm.
bacteria play a very important role in that. The body needs 4 lakh different type of proteins for its various functioning. All the enzymes, all the communication cytokines. You hear, like, so many terms, they are all proteins. But who creates it? You are not eating them. You are eating some part of it. If the body is not capable, then it will not be able to produce it. So even though you have eaten all your 9 essential amino acids, but body ke andar agar power nahi hai, it will not be able to create those proteins, those 4 lakh different type of proteins which are required for a number of reactions in the body. And here is where your bacteria come in picture. So not only do you need good variety of bacteria, you also need to feed them well. So there are two parts. There is probiotics, which means that I implant the species of bacteria so that, like, I have a well diversified community. And number two is, once I have implanted that community, I feed them well. So the
Correct.
first part is your probiotics. So like things like curd, things like pickles, even pickles which are naturally made. So those are probiotics. So don't let's not talk too much about, like, pickles say BP hota hai and all those things. Especially pickles which are homemade, dried in the sun, and then you use refined. You do not use refined salt, but rock salt in those things. There is no problem in those, and especially because you are having them in very limited amount. So
Correct.
they are probiotic. So Indian this has always been the case. Like, people eat pickles in India, but abhi kya hai, because of so many influences, we say nahi ye to kharab hai, isse ye ho jayega. Limit में अगर अच्छे तरीके से बना है, I'm not talking about the factory made pickles. which have got a lot of preservatives and additives. What I'm talking about is homemade pickles made natural way with sun, with natural ingredients, organic ingredients. That's what I'm talking about. So pickle is one, curd is one. If you are vegan, then you can make curd with other different type of plant-based milk as well. Then there is kimchi, there is kombucha, there is ambli, millet ka ambli, rice kanji. So kanji jo hoti hai, we can also make with carrot and beetroot. And kanji is also made with rice, overnight rice ko ferment karke. You can make kanji as well. You can make millet ambli. So there are various ways जहां पर भी ऐसा होता है जिधर फूड को रखा जाता है फॉर अ एक्सटेंडेड पीरियड ऑफ टाइम सो दैट जो एयर में जो बैक्टीरिया है वो उसको उसके साथ इंटरेक्ट करना स्टार्ट कर दे बट नॉट टू द एक्सटेंट कि वो चीज खराब हो जाए सी फर्मेंटेशन एंड क्रिएशन ऑफ प्रोबायोटिक्स इज अ आर्ट सो इट इज लाइक समथिंग यू हैव टू नो द राइट वे ऑफ डूइंग इट जैसे दही आप जमा रहे हैं नाउ दही तो सब जमाते हैं लेकिन सबका टेस्टी नहीं जमता एंड स्पेशली किसी का ज्यादा खट्टा हो जाता है किसी का बनता ही नहीं है किसी के वाले में लाइक देयर इज लॉट ऑफ वाटर इन इट सो ऑल दिस इज आल्सो अ साइंस एंड अ आर्ट एज वेल and UVAP, like we can give a link to the UVAP e-book that we have on gut health in which we have given all the recipes on how to make them properly. See, even when you are making probiotics, if you over ferment them, you do not want too much of one type of bacteria. It's all about balance, like everything we always speak. So it has to be done to the right amount so that like in your gut they do not start becoming ki abhi to hum hi yahan ke king hai. See, it's a balance. So you need these guys, but you need these guys in a limit. So fermentation ki jo practices hain, those you must know. And fermented, and especially isme bhi na, you should keep on changing these. Do not overdo it. So let's say if you are not eating any probiotic at all, now अचानक से you will say कि okay, wow, probiotics and gut health is a very good thing. आज से I will have 5 probiotics a day. Now that can be quite troublesome for you. So you don't want to do that. So because these are live organisms, you want to take them slowly. Let's say आपने कर्ड अभी तक खाया ही नहीं है. Now you want to give it a try. So एक चम्मच से शुरू करेंगे. एक हफ्ते तक सब ठीक है. One tablespoon a day. सब ठीक है. Maybe go to 2 tablespoon or maybe 1/3 cup. फिर मैं half कटोरी पे आऊंगी and then slowly I will build it to 1 cup, 1 bowl.
Correct.
So and that is true for anything, whether it is kombucha, whether it is kimchi, whether it is pickles, whether it is whichever probiotic you want to try, or sauerkraut. So whichever probiotic you want to try, पहले थोड़ा सा करना है. Once you are well adjusted, then you keep on increasing the quantity. क्योंकि ये इसमें भी ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने बहुत लिया and then you will suddenly say नहीं मेरा पेट खराब हो गया. These are not for me. They are for everyone. You only need to go a little slow and you only need to keep on making sure your body is adjusting to it. See, it's like new communities of people are coming and adjusting in Bombay, let's say. These are new type of tribal people who are coming and adjusting in Bombay. पहले थोड़े से आएंगे, थोड़े दोस्ती करेंगे, फिर उनकी फैमिली के और लोगों को बुलाएंगे वो सीधा. इफ यू हैव लाइक टू मेनी ऑल द ट्राइबल्स हैव कम तो देन या तो वो लोग दुखी हो जाएंगे या जो एग्जिस्टिंग स्पीशीज है वो दुखी हो जाएगी. सी दीज आर ऑल लाइक स्लो स्टेप बाय स्टेप थिंग्स दैट वी गॉट टू डू. एंड फर्मेंटेड फूड एंड प्रोबायोटिक्स में क्या है डिफरेंस क्या है? ऑल प्रोबायोटिक्स आर फर्मेंटेड बट नॉट ऑल फर्मेंटेड आर प्रोबायोटिक्स. सी फॉर एग्जाम्पल इडली इज अ फर्मेंटेड फूड लेकिन उसमें लाइव बैक्टीरिया इज नॉट देयर बिकॉज आपने अब उसको गर्म कर दिया. जैसे ही वो गैस पे चढ़ा देन इट विल रिमेन फर्मेंटेड बट इट इज नॉट अ लाइव सोर्स ऑफ बैक्टीरिया फॉर यू एनीमोर. बट दैट डज नॉट मीन इट इज बैड. इट इज अ हाफ processed, like half you can say half pre-digested item. So like let's say you are eating a lot of rice and urad dal. Now your intestines do not have the bacteria to digest urad dal. So you will say कि मुझे तो bloating होती है urad dal के बाद, right? But if you are taking idli, that will not happen. And why is that? Because idli में that process of digestion of urad dal and rice has already started. So fermented food are much easier to digest compared to the normal food जिससे वो बने हैं. Fermented food need not mean they are source of live bacteria, but they are like pre-digested items, so they will be easier on the digestive tract, like dhokla, like idli and various type of jo Indian culture में like lot of fermented foods are there, and probiotics जो है वो उसकी और advanced form है और better form है. But what you have to do is, like with everything that we say, do it slowly, keep on listening to your body. जरूरी नहीं है सारे के सारे probiotic food will suit you. Some may and some may not. So, for example, while I love curd, pickles, and sauerkraut, kombucha is not for me. Whenever I drink kombucha, I don't feel very good about it. Like, even though I drink very little, then I'm like, okay, let's leave it. See, as long as you are having 2 to 3 probiotics a day, I think that's quite good. And that's
so these are also different. That like, is there any category of probiotics that you said 2 to 3 probiotics? So are they different or all are doing same function?
So they are all different species of bacteria. So the more diversity you have, so for example, one is curd, okay, one is pickle. Now pickle may, let's say if it is a mango pickle, it is a lemon pickle, or it is some other pickle, they will have different species. Now same thing, sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is fermented cabbage, normally speaking. But let's say if I have fermented red cabbage, or if I have fermented carrots, if I have fermented, let's say, I've also put some chili in it, then I am changing the species a little. So the more variety you have, the more colors you have, the better it is for you. And same way, like ये तो प्रोबायोटिक्स की बात हुई कि आपने बैक्टीरिया अंदर पहुंचा दिया, खाएगा क्या वो? What do they like to eat? Because once you put them inside your intestines, if you don't feed them, वो फिर मर जाएंगे. So what do you need to eat so that they are fed? And when they are fed, they will make the byproducts which are useful vitamins, useful proteins, useful minerals for you. So you feed them fiber. Fiber, matlab rainbow diet. Here comes, here it makes the entry again. See, rainbow diet हर चीज में अपनी entry बनाती है. So which are, and that's why like you need different species of bacteria, and then give them a variety of food. कोई violet color का है, कोई blue color का है, कोई green है, कोई yellow है, कोई orange है, कोई red है, because all of them are different phytonutrients, and then they are fed by different type of species. And sometimes the fruit itself will carry bacteria. Fruit की जो skin है उसमें उसके अपने bacteria वो लेके आया है. See, जब हम चीजों को whole लेते हैं, like when we take things in their natural form, in the form in which they are found in nature, they come with their own digestive items. So they will not put a lot of load onto your existing systems. So that's why it's always better to eat as much as natural foods, as much as raw foods as you can. But like with everything, like you have to go, like let's say if you are eating completely cooked meals all the time, no salads at all. और अब आपने ये सुना और आप बोलोगे now I will do completely raw. Again, go slow. So let's say if I am on a completely cooked meal, I will start with 1 cucumber a day. Stay on that for 1 week. Next week, I will add equivalent of 1 more cucumber. It could be a carrot, or it could be tomatoes. It could be something else. And slowly you build it up. Because as with everything, you do not shock your body. Your body will adjust to whatever you are feeding. See, वो क्या है कि जो हमारा गट होता है ना, वो बोलता है जो हुक्म मेरे आता, जो आप दोगे वो वैसा बन जाएगा, राइट? बट ड्रामा मत करो कि अगले दिन से बदल दिए तो वो like then it will be a little scared कि ये हुआ क्या, अभी तक तो ये बोल रहे थे. So if you feed them burger and fries and chips, तो वो वाले बैक्टीरिया आ जाएंगे who like this thing. If you feed them cucumbers and carrots, then वो बैक्टीरिया आ जाएंगे who like cucumber and carrot. And impact on, see, जो digestion पे जो impact है gut का, वो तो है ही है, but gut brain is also connected, gut and immune system is also connected. So accordingly, your impact on brain will also be different. So the guys who like burgers, they might make you feel lethargic, they might make you feel depressed. And the guys who like cucumbers, they will make you feel active, they will make you feel happier. So it is entirely in your hand. You feed them, they feed you. It's a symbiotic relationship. मतलब जो तुम करते जाओगे वो करते जाएंगे, and then वो करवाएंगे. So what that means is कि अगर आपका your gut is all the bacteria which likes burger. So what are you going to feel? Cravings for burger,
Correct.
cravings for chips,
Hmm.
cravings for those type of salts, right?
Hmm.
And if your gut is all made up of rainbow diet people,
Hmm.
then they will not let you eat burger. You'll be like, nah, I don't want it. See, it's all interrelated. You do not know who is deciding. So when you say ki I decided to have a burger, you do not know who is this I.
Hmm.
Because these all people, these billions of people, almost trillion of people who are sitting in your gut, they are part of I. So when you say I am going to eat this, किसको पता किसने decide किया? And
They are
I
going
was
to eat.
once listening to a documentary in which they said कि these gut microbiome, they are like very good boss. They make you feel you are the boss.
Hmm. Great.
So
Right.
that's the
So,
importance of.
so it like what I could figure out is that these probiotics are helping in maintaining a good gut health, which is not directly linked to weight loss. But yes, the way you said that the cravings which will come once they ask, because either it could be microbiomes asking for rainbow diet or asking for burgers. So if you have bad bacteria asking for burgers, then I mean indirectly it will cause your weight gain.
No, directly. So maybe I did not cover that point clearly. So if you have a good microbiome,
Hmm.
not just through cravings, but because they will also produce the right type of protein, the right type of minerals, the right type of vitamins for you, so that your body's reactions are working in the perfect form as they are supposed to work. And when that happens, your hormones are working properly. So your gut is in direct touch with your endocrine system as well, which is your hormones. And what is weight loss? It's a problem of hormones gone wrong. So
Hmm.
that is and so the more your gut is, it's core. It's core not just for weight loss, for disease reversal, for allergies, for any type of inflammation, for brain issues. Gut is at the center, and these bacteria, these microbiome, they are at the center, and they don't just exist in your gut. Like we discussed the other time in the skin health episode, they also exist on your skin as well. So
Correct.
your role is feed them well and don't trouble them. Don't
Right.
do things which trouble them, kill them, like processed food, like chemicals, like all those things, and feed them well. Nurture them well with right food, right emotions, right love.
Right. So when you said that right food with right emotion, so there is always come question that whether veganism is, I mean, is it about the diet, vegan diet? So
Yes.
is a vegan diet effective for weight loss? What's your take on that?
See, it's a little controversial, like vegan diet and how effective that is for weight loss. Let's talk about what's the root of vegan diet. So especially if you are a vegetarian, you leave animal products, you leave milk, and then you whatever is left of the plant based thing is called vegan diet. Now when we are talking about milk, let's look at what Ayurveda has to say for it. Okay, in Ayurveda, whenever you read these ancient texts and all, Guy is always called Gau Mata.
Correct.
And when you have Gau Mata, you keep her at home, you treat her like Mata, you treat her with love, you treat her like a family member. Then, when she gets pregnant, naturally, when she gets pregnant, she
Hmm.
has a calf. Calf feeds on the milk, but milk is usually थोड़ा सा extra होता है जो बचा वो घर वाले ले सकते हैं because it is gau mata. For a child has a right to mata's milk. But when in the modern day and in the modern times, so there are two problems with milk which are very big. Of course, we have done a episode on the milk separately as well. The first one is 70% of the milk in the market is not even milk. It is detergent, it is urea, and various other things. That's number one problem. So even if you are taking milk, there is a 70% chance it's not milk. It has not come from anything which looks like a cow. And then the remaining 30%, there is problem of antibiotics. You have artificially made the cow pregnant. Then there is machines which are used for for milking the cow, which sometimes keep on milking even when the milk is over, which means blood comes, pus comes, and that becomes part of your milk. You take away the calf for killing and then make beef out of it. The cow knows it. You think the cow doesn't feel, cow feels it, and then you still milk her, which means all those stress hormones will go in the cow's milk. So this happens for out of 70 is nakli milk. Out of the 30 which is remaining, this will cover 25%. So there is only a 5% chance that the milk that you have is actually pure. Pure and taken in the right way, not full of hormones, not full of emotions, not full of see hormones जो natural hormones हैं थोड़े तो आएंगे because वो आते ही तब है जब गाय प्रेग्नेंट होती है और उसके बाद वो अपने काफ के लिए वो दूध बना रही है. But 95% chances कि what you are drinking is either not milk or it is full of chemicals, full of hormones, full of all the negative things, pus, blood and all those things. Right. And that's why many people see great results when they turn to vegan because 95% chance है उनका milk तो milk था ही नहीं. तो मतलब chemicals का attack कम हुआ. I start feeling good about it. My body starts, recovering from the assault. Now, if you are one of those, let's say आपकी अपनी गायें हैं, आपका अपना farm है, उसके अंदर आप रख रहे हो, या you are very sure that the farm you are taking from is the right one, you can take milk in moderation. There is no problem in that. It's a good source of fats, good source of protein. Desi ghee is extremely good. A2 cow, desi ghee, it's a superfood, provided you have gotten it in the pure fashion. And that's a big provided. 95% does not come in this category. It's only 5%. So या तो आप वो गारंटी करो कि मेरा वो ले लो, नहीं तो एक बार के लिए छोड़ दो. And then see what happens. But लेकिन ये है कि जब आप मिल्क छोड़ते हैं, एनिमल प्रोडक्ट्स छोड़ते हैं, आपको विटामिन B12, विटामिन D, ओमेगा 3 इनका ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. And it's like you should get it tested. And if there is a need after your doctor's consultation, you should take supplements for it. Because people who are vegan usually become deficient in vitamin D, vitamin B12, omega 3, and they should monitor it. And if it is a choice that they have taken, then it should be monitored and accordingly helped. And I will give you one example. Like last week, I was in Ahmedabad, and what happened is, airport पे मेरा चाय पीने का बड़ा मन किया. मैं कल ले लेते हैं. So जब मैंने वो चाय ली, so the milk looked very different. It did not look like अगर घर पे जैसे हमारी चाय बनती है वैसा नहीं था वो. It looked more like जैसे वो पेंट टाइप का कोई चीज होता है ना, जैसे पेंट का इमल्सिफाइड टाइप की एक फीलिंग होती है. तो मैं उसको बोला ये तो सही नहीं लग रहा. कहते हो कि आपको थोड़ा काला करके देते हैं उसको. तो उसने दोबारा से कुछ किया एंड देन करके दिया, बट स्टिल इट वाज सेम. एंड व्हेन आई ड्रैंक इट, इट डिड नॉट अगेन फेल्ट लाइक द सेम थिंग. सो कैन यू बिलीव, देन सी मेरी बॉडी में क्या होता है, मुझे ना कई बार साइंस भी मिल जाते हैं कि something I have done a little wrong. Next day I was getting, so what I do is whenever I take wrong type of milk products, मेरे ना hands पे itching चालू हो जाती है. And that is what happened, which does not happen when I take जो हमारे घर पे milk जो आता है वो वाला. So वही I am telling you, 95% of the milk, especially वो जो आपको 40 रुपए किलो मिलता है, आप गाय रख के देखो 40 रुपए किलो में मिल्क आ ही नहीं सकता. वो 40-50 रुपए 60 रुपए का जो आता है नहीं पॉसिबल है. जितनी मर्जी आप उसमें एफिशिएंसी क्रिएट करो, वो नकली मिल्क है. एंड जब आप एक बार, एंड गुड पार्ट इज वंस यू क्लियर योर बॉडी ऑफ दैट टॉक्सिन, फिर वापस जब वो टॉक्सिन आता है ना तो बॉडी रिएक्ट करती है. सी अभी हो सकता है आपकी बॉडी रिएक्ट नहीं कर रही है, वो एक बार उसने जैसे होता ना, लाइक इट इज थिंकिंग अभी ये रोज की मार पड़ेगी यहाँ पे. सो वो क्या करती है, वो सीधा डिजीज आती है 10 साल बाद. लेकिन एक बार आप अपने सिस्टम को थोड़ा क्लीन कर दो, देन व्हेन यू असॉल्ट इट, देन बॉडी इमीडिएटली बोलेगी hello, something wrong happened, we don't want to do that again. Correct. So इसीलिए see that's why veganism के फायदे भी हैं, but at the same time we have to remember फायदे क्यों हैं, क्योंकि नकली इतना है, क्योंकि हॉर्मोन्स इतने हैं. अगर आपके पास असली दूध है तो I will say vegetarianism is better than veganism, अगर असली दूध है तो. अगर असली दूध नहीं है तो veganism ही ठीक है, और उसमें फिर B12, D और omega 3 का ध्यान रखो.
Right. So majorly, I would say that vegan diet works. Like major reason is that most of the product, I mean, these milk products are fake, and rest of them जो fake नहीं भी हैं उसमें कुछ ना कुछ, because you said stress hormone होता है, calf taken away, and that
Yes,
all the things which you mentioned, इसके लिए हमने separate session भी किया हुआ पूरा details में. तो बिकॉज ऑफ स्ट्रेस हार्मोन तो वो प्रोडक्ट खराब ही होता है. सो मेजर रीजन इज कि हाँ, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गेटिंग अवे फ्रॉम ऑल दिस थिंग्स, इट वर्क्स. And even if you are following this diet, then we have to look after it, because sometimes what happens is that we get deficient from vitamin E, B12 or omega 3, and that should get tested, and वो आप डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट करके you can take the supplementation accordingly, right?
absolutely, absolutely. Yes.
So now we have covered the diet part. Now let us get back on the training part. So whenever we talk about weight loss, ultimate goal for everyone is abs. So and abs ke liye we don't get time. So if you want to,
Absolutely.
like I'm a regular working person, don't get time that much time to go to gym. So what can I do at home to get perfect six pack abs?
So six packs or no six pack? Let's first talk about, training of the abs muscles at the onset. And jaisa ki, we spoke in the earlier part of this podcast, it's called core for a reason. It is core for your posture. It is core for your health. It is, see, if you have strong abs, see, they don't exist in isolation. You need a strong back also, because दोनों को एक दूसरे को, these are complementary muscles. So there is abs on the front side, then there is back muscles on the back side. So जब आप workout करेंगे, you have to make sure your training program covers both parts. And then what you need to do, abs के अंदर there are different parts. There is upper abs, middle abs, lower abs, and the side love handles. So you have to ensure that the workout program that you have is a mixture of one which is working on different parts of the abs, whether it's sides or up, middle, or down, as well as for the back muscles. And that is something which is very easily doable at home, because anyway, if you go to gym, the machines which work on ab muscles are very limited. Most of the times, the trainers will tell you to do, different type of crunches, the Russian roulette, Russian twist. See, you can see I have love for other things as well. So yeah, so like all, so basically, even in gym when you are there, these exercises are not done on machines. They are done by yourself only. Now, what we are going to do, and whether it is possible or not, 100% possible. Only 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes if you spend on your abs 3 times a week, you will start seeing some impact. And what we can do is, in the show notes, we can link it. So at UVAP gym, we have a lot of abs exercises, these 10 minutes, 12 minute, 8 minute type of, things which work on abs as well as back, or the love handles. Because these are the, once we are working on the inside of the gut, you are also working on the muscles around the gut. So that, all these things work in a very synchronized fashion. And now the new research says, which is not something you will hear at a lot of places, muscle is also an endocrine organ. What does that mean? Muscle helps you produce things which stimulate a number of hormones, or either they stimulate directly or indirectly a number of hormones in the body. And as we know from our various discussion, hormones are at the center of a lot of things which happen in the body. Whether we are talking about diabetes, PCOD, weight gain, different type of female issues and all those things, hormones are at the center. And if you build on your muscles, especially around the core, so all the organs which are around the core, which means a majority of them which are responsible for a lot of diseases, they will start functioning better. And hence, and it doesn't take time. 10 minutes, 3 times a week. And we will link those, like, maybe 3 different type of the workouts that we have at UVAP gym. A lot of them are there, and you can check them out. We will give it in the show notes. So this is something, if you work, you start seeing impact. And yahan par I'll tell you a story. So what happened is, when Yuvan was born, so like, of course, at that time, your tummy comes a little out, right? Even though the baby is out, and you will be surprised, like, even though baby comes out, the tummy doesn't go in. The tummy still, like you will think the baby has come out, the weight will go away, but tummy goes in by 20%. And you're like, really? But the 80% is still there. And then, my massage person came home, And she was like, she knows me for quite some time, and she was like, दीदी अभी ऐसा ही रहेगा. मैंने कहा why? क्योंकि मेरा भी यही हुआ और ऐसा ही रह गया. ये ऐसा ही हो जाता है बच्चा होने के बाद. I was like, oh shit. And especially, like, that's not the best advice you give to a postpartum person, because anyway they are going through a lot of hormonal up and down, plus somebody telling them that this is the new reality, now you just live with it.
Right.
But that is entirely false. So this is what I want to tell people, that even though you have been told कि अभी tummy अंदर नहीं जाएगा, lower abs are the most difficult, they are difficult. Definitely not impossible. And that's what I'm telling you. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 times a week. So that is total investment of 30 minutes. Now, any type of liposuction and these type of things you do, one, they are unnatural, and secondly, they will not be as effective. And after that, and my body is a proof. I can share some pictures. I did win Mrs. Earth after that, within 2 years. So that shows that, that 80% which was left, see, that is a biological process. And once you learn the science of it, once you learn how to get that 80% in, just because another person did not know does not mean it will also happen with you. Just because some women remained fat after giving birth to a child does not mean everybody will. Look at Shilpa Shetty, right? Look at her age and look at how she looks. So it is clearly possible. And especially through when you are doing it through the right methods, which is holistic living, your diet, your workouts, your abs focused workouts. So all workouts are not born same. Like yahan par bhi there is another story. So when I was a teenager, so mera legs jo hain, so they are a little on the fat side. They were a little on the fat side. So मैंने बहुत cycling करी. Like, I would keep on doing cycling every day, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Almost मैंने 6 से 8 महीने तक करी. Nothing happened. Then I looked at my mummy's legs. They are also fat. Conclusion came, okay, these are genetics. Nothing will ever happen on them. But then Mrs. Earth happened. And when the right training happened, things changed. You can change provided you know the science of it. See, if you are only doing cycling, that is just one type of work. If you are only jumping all the time, that's again only one type of work. If you are only doing flexibility exercises, that's again one type of work. You need to not just work on different body parts, you need to train them differently. Explosiveness, strength, flexibility, all these things need to come and be utilized, because only then will you get the results that you desire. You have to see in your body what is lacking. And that is where personalization comes in. And that's why UVAP focuses so much on personalization and what is your root cause. So we always say, find your why, because my why is different from your why. And लेकिन why होता जरूर है. And answer is never like, genetics है, अभी यही मेरा जिंदगी है. No. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको अपनी लाइफ से 2 incidents I told you where I was told or I believed for some कि यही मेरा जिंदगी है, but then it changed. Provided you know science, you know the right methods.
So basically, abs is not just something to show off. It is also something very important because it's your core region.
Yes.
Because most of your important organs are around this region only. So if you're working on this region, so everything will get okay and it will be in a good state.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And moreover, why you should believe Priyanka is because she has told her cases even after like Yuan, she became Mrs. Earth. And जो अब आप हमारे जो हम डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक देंगे एप्स वर्कआउट की अबाउट आर यूएप जिम, तो वहाँ पे प्रियंका ही वो एक्सरसाइजेस कर रही है, सो यू कैन सी कि वो उस स्टेज से वहाँ पे जब एप्स आए तो एप्स आर विजिबल देयर.
Exactly. And like, see, abs का जो region होता है ना, because it is core, once you work on your abs region, your posture becomes straight automatically, because abs can take care of the entire body.
Even now, your strength multiplies, because even when you are doing boxing or some other explosive exercises, so you can get more force from your core area.
Exactly.
You can whatever you can work on your muscles in terms of dumbbells, but the force which comes from in your punches is always from your core area.
Exactly. And if you have a strong core, your posture is fine. See, if your posture is fine, it actually gives strength to your lungs and hearts as well. So people who sit like this, their lungs become smaller with age. लंग स्मॉलर मतलब ऑक्सीजन कैपेसिटी स्मॉलर, मतलब एनर्जी स्मॉलर. सेम वे हार्ट के लिए भी अभी कम एरिया आपने छोड़ा. Whereas if you're sitting like this with your shoulders back, your core, so core, if your core is strengthening, if your core is strengthened, your back is strengthened, and that's why we have strength training as one of the core pillars on which we work at UVAP, because ये सब चीजें इंटररिलेटेड है. ऐसा नहीं है सिर्फ डाइट, सिर्फ ट्रेनिंग, मिलजुल के ही ये काम करते हैं.
So, Priyanka, whenever we talk about this exercises, so there is always conflict between muscle building and weight loss. So this I have also faced many times, that if I am doing a lot of cardio, then along with the weight, my muscles will also go away. And if I am focusing on muscle building, then sometimes people tend to gain weight. So weight loss थोड़ा सा वो part में रह जाता है. So what's your say on this muscle building versus weight loss?
इस पे तो चाकू निकल आएंगे, because I went to a Reddit community, like I saw people have such strong opinions about it, that so people who are looking to lose weight, they will always be in calorie deficit. They cannot eat fats, they cannot eat high dense proteins or dense, see, because people इसमें again the concept of personalization, I think, is completely missing in market. Like what is true for you, what is true for somebody else could be different. And then second thing, why are you going after weight loss? Do you want to look like a completely like मरा हुआ person, no glow on the face, then थका हुआ, कुछ काम होता नहीं है, but yes, you have lost weight, you achieved your goal. What type of goal is that? Like, see, you cannot say calorie deficit always. See, if I am building muscle, maybe I am increasing my weight, but I am looking much more toned, I have much more strength. Why do I have to fuss so much about weight loss in this case? See, what you should fuss about is increasing your strength. What you should fuss about is looking better, feeling better. Face and eyes should be, energetic. बिकॉज इतने थके पड़े हो कैलोरी डेफिसिट कर करके 2000 की भूख लगती है, 1000 दे दिया उसने करने को, कभी कभी तो 500 भी दे देते हैं. एंड देन यू आर लाइक ऑल दैट टाइम योर माइंड इज थिंकिंग अबाउट फूड, एंड दैट्स ऑल यू रिमेंबर. अपनी कैलकुलेशंस लिखे जा रहे हो, 1200 कैलोरीज हो गई, 1400 हो गई, अरे यार ज्यादा हो गई, अभी और नहीं खाऊंगी मैं. Like that's a very narrow view of human body and a very reductionist view. See, that is of course एक part है. जो लोग बहुत ज्यादा खाते हैं, but again जो लोग बहुत ज्यादा खाते हैं usually they know कि हम बहुत ज्यादा खाते हैं. Problem is not that कि वो बहुत ज्यादा खाते हैं. Problem is knowing that कि वो बहुत ज्यादा खाते हैं, why are they not able to stop? It is inside here. And if you are not working on that and you are just saying calorie squeeze, 80% of the people who lose weight gain it back within 5 years. We discussed it last time. Like 100 में से 50 तो ट्राई नहीं कर रहे, जो 50 ट्राई कर रहे हैं उसमें से 80% वापस, तो नेट रिजल्ट खाली 10% लोग ले रहे हैं. That is because of these fads, that is because of these lack of science backed things. If you are building muscle, your muscle is your currency for anti-aging. Your muscle is your endocrine organ which will help all the other hormones work better. So there is no excuse for not building muscle. Whether it increases my weight or it doesn't increase my weight, it increases my strength, it increases my health, if I define it by different hormones, their levels and all those things, and it increases my posture. If I don't have muscle, like I am thin, I have got no energy. Like really, you want to be like that? You want to be strong, you want to be attractive, you want to be attractive even when you are 70, you want to get up straight. You do not want to be thin, you want to be strong and toned. If that it means my weight does not go down but my inches go down, that's fine, no problem at all. See, weight क्या है? एक नंबर ही तो है. हाँ, मेरे को हेल्थ अच्छी लग रही है, मेरे घुटनों का दर्द चला गया, मेरा जो तोंद बाहर निकला हुआ था अच्छा सा लगता भी नहीं था, दैट वॉबली फैट टाइप जो दिखता था वो चला गया. These are all good signs. And if that is happening, I should care about muscle building and not so much about that one number on the scale. Because calorie deficit, many a times, you are just creating calorie deficit. I would not worry too much about calorie, but what I would worry about is the quality of those calories. I was seeing that fight on the Reddit community. किसी ने हेल्दी फैट्स खाने की बात की थी एंड हेल्दी नट्स खाने की बात की, उसका चीरहरण कर डाले. Like calorie deficit में how can you eat nuts, how can you eat avocado in calorie deficit? So what happens is, because calorie deficit is not something which your mind will accept. वो भूख लगाएगा फिर से. तुम्हें avocado हो गए, nuts हो गए, especially if you have taken the good variety and then soaked and then utilized them, वो आपका weight नहीं बढ़ाएंगे. Weight बढ़ाएंगे refined carbs, जिसमें जरा भी fat नहीं है. Like, that day I was speaking to another person, she likes roti. मैंने बोला रोटी के ऊपर ना 2 चम्मच घी डालो. अरे, I will get a heart attack. Really? मतलब if you eat roti, because see what will happen if I put 1 या 2 चम्मच घी, मैं एक ही रोटी में मेरा पेट भर जाएगा. Whereas if I don't do that, I will eat 3 to 4 rotis and then I am hungry again in 2 hours. Now that is what causes unhealthy weight gain patterns. If you are eating good proteins, good fats and fibers, lot of fibers to feed your your gut microbiome, you will not feel hungry like crazy. And that will lead to muscle gain and weight loss at the same time. Weight loss हो सकता है कभी थोड़ा कम ज्यादा भी हो सकता है, but inches loss हो जाएगा, shape बन जाएगी, health का gain होगा, anti aging का effect मिलेगा आपको, and strength बढ़ेगी. And this is how you want to age. You do not want to age with less weight and no energy. Then what's the point of aging? आदमी जिंदा क्यों?
So from, if you get the gist of almost all the podcast, we always say, do what your body says. So if we talk about this muscle building and weight loss, muscle building में आपकी body will always say, like you said, you will feel good, you will have good posture. At 70, you will be able to rise in a good posture. So that will ultimately give you confidence and it will make you feel good.
Yes.
And you said correctly that अगर आप खाली weight loss पे करते रहेंगे, ऐसे बैठे हो पूरी life में, तो फिर then that will not make you happy. So we should always focus on that part, what makes you happy.
Exactly.
So, and एक weight loss के साथ ना, there is always concern that people going for weight loss goes for weight loss pills, fat burners or some other pills. So what's your take on that?
So before I talk about weight loss pills, I'll talk about a concept. And that is what can lead to burning of your dopamine pathways. जब भी हम कुछ ऐसा काम करते हैं जिसमें हम बिना एफर्ट के स्ट्रेट अवे रिजल्ट ले लेते हैं, these things are not liked by the body long term.
Correct.
And they will result in your जो motivation pathways होते हैं वो burn हो जाते हैं. So for example, let's say आप कहीं जंगल में हैं, वहां पे आपने एक आम देखा, पहले आपने देखा, दिमाग में खुशी हुई देख के, देन आपने पेड़ पे चढ़ने का प्लान बनाया, पत्थर फेंके, राइट? दैट्स द सेकंड अटेम्प्ट यू डिड. देन थर्ड अटेम्प्ट में भी 2-3 लोगों ने मिलके बोला पेड़ हिलाते हैं, आम गिरेगा. सो यू काइंड ऑफ ट्राई फॉर इट फॉर हाफ एन आवर, फॉर 15 मिनट, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर स्किल सेट. जिसका स्किल सेट ज्यादा है वो फटाफट ले लेगा, जिसका कम है वो थोड़ी देर बाद लेगा. And then finally when that arm comes in your hand, that is the time when you feel like अब आपको reward मिल गया उसका, right? So this is how nature designed things to be. Now let's talk about romance, right? 30 years back, how was the romance used to happen that time, Vikas? Tell me.
In movies?
Not in so movies also, and in real life also. So there is a girl, then you would go with your friend around and take circles near her house so that when she comes out, you at least catch a sight.
Right.
Right? Then you will do the same thing next day. Then the next day. Then the next day. After 1 to 2 months, if she likes you, there is a proposal. Then possibly there are dates. Then possibly there are like multiple dates, and then future sex would happen, right? आजकल क्या होता है? So if you
Tinder,
watch,
Bumble.
क्या?
आजकल तो it's like Tinder or Bumble. You directly say that yes, I like you. Then बस.
ये तो फिर भी एक step involved है.
हाँ.
Let's say if you are watching porn. So it is end of discussion. Straight away, you are watching something which is not real, number one. And number two, it is like that's all the effort has gone now.
Correct.
And I was going through some people's history of so this is a big addiction. Some people just get addicted to it, and then you burn your dopamine pathway. Now the real thing does not ever make you excited. End of discussion. Because you have burnt it. Same way, so nature always wants you to work for things and then get them.
Correct.
If you get things too soon, you will burn the pathways, and once your dopamine pathways get burned up, you have a problem. So for example, let's say you meditate. The higher states you get in meditation are after years of work, right? You take cocaine, सीधा आ गई high state. लेकिन होता क्या है कि after some time cocaine का उतने पे असर कम हो जाएगा, like the same many units will not work. Now you need more units to get the same impact. Then some more units, then some more units, and then it is possible some people when they overdose on these type of narcotic substances, वो धागा ही टूट जाता है डोपामिन का. उसके बाद क्या होता है कि आप जो मर्जी कर लो, अब कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा.
And that won't affect you.
It's over. Now nothing in life will ever motivate you. मतलब वो होता है ना zombie state. So you will get into those zombie states. Now nothing matters, nothing go, and it is not to be confused with that samta state in Gita. That is a very different state. You feel everything and then you are okay in that. This you don't feel. End of discussion. अभी अगली life में कुछ हो पाएगा, अभी कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Correct.
So that is why whenever you are talking about taking shortcuts, this is something unless किसी की कोई मेडिकल इमरजेंसी है, डॉक्टर ने दिया है कुछ समय के लिए, आपको कुछ लेना पड़ रहा है, that is one thing, but otherwise you should always take the natural holistic methods for getting the results that you want. So many people, what they do is, because they eat a lot, they would get their stomach trimmed, and then they eat, stomach में जगह ही कम है, अभी कम ही खाना जाएगा. What kind of thing is that? Like पहले, see, it's like, but do you think your stomach जिसका आपने एरिया निकाल दिया, उसका और कोई यूज नहीं था? See, right now our understanding of matter is very limited. हमारा understanding of human body is extremely limited. हम लोग बहुत reductionist view में रहते हैं कि भाई ये heart doctor है, ये liver doctor है. But what about the relationship between heart and liver all the time? वो तो एक बोलता है, दूसरा react करता है फटाफट. So a lot of, and then this is just two organs. There are systems in place. एक फीलिंग आती है, सारे हार्मोन्स बदल जाते हैं. अभी उसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज सो लिमिटेड, सो आई डू नॉट वांट अननेसेसरी टचिंग ऑफ द बॉडी इफ इट इज नॉट रियली रिक्वायर्ड. मतलब like if you are about to die, then yes, by all means do whatever needs to be done, but so that I do not reach that stage, I always prefer natural solutions, be it through diet, be it through exercise. And sometimes people will say this is not for me. Possibly you did not find the right person to work with. That is the real thing. Because how many people who are listening to this have gone through a personalized, detailed assessment for their weight loss? Normally people are given cookie cutter weight loss plans. Ye lo pakdo weight loss plan. Matlab, did they talk about your emotional life? Did they talk about your relationship? Did they talk about your relationship with your boss? Did they talk about do you feel jealous when you look at social media? Did they talk about all those things? Are these things never matter? Do these things don't matter? They do. And right. That's why your solution to weight loss is your solution. It is personalized to your body, your emotions, your social circumstances. And because the previous diets did not work for you does not mean it will never work for you. Did you ever take a program in which your physical, emotional, and social assessment are done in an extremely detailed fashion? And then the solution that you get is for finding your why. not my why. I am not saying avocado worked for me and dahi worked for me, so it will work for you. Who knows? Maybe sauerkraut will work for you. Maybe pickle will work for you. Maybe abs training will work for you. Maybe dance will work better. Who knows? So we have to see what is your body asking and then give the solution as per your body. And that's why personalization is so much key. So instead of weight loss pills, which will probably work for a small time, because unless you change the lifestyle, unless you change the mental state that is causing the weight gain in the first place, let's say your weight gain is a result of the insecurities that you have in your life, because you are so insecure, हर चीज में आपको घबराहट होनी चालू होती है, और अब जब घबराहट होती है आप खाना खाते हो, राइट?
Correct.
आपने उस घबराहट का इलाज नहीं किया एंड देन वेट लॉस पिल ली, क्या वेट लॉस पिल आपकी वो घबराहट को खत्म करती है? सो
Honestly, no.
हाँ, वो क्या करेगा, वो जो एक हार्मोन आ रहा है हंगर का, उसको थोड़ी देर के लिए बंद कर देगा, वो किसी और तरीके से बाहर निकलेगा, बिकॉज आपने रूट को तो अटेंड किया ही नहीं. एंड दैट्स व्हाई ऑलवेज एट यूवैप वी बिलीव लुक एट द रूट कॉज. रूट पे अटेंड नहीं करोगे, ये ब्रांच काट भी दी, दूसरी ब्रांच आएगी, किसी और तरीके से आएगा. लुक एट व्हाई डिड इट हैपन, व्हाट इज माय रीजन, एंड वर्क ऑन दैट रीजन.
So it is more like a problem with today's generation is that they are looking for instant gratification. Be it like they don't want to do efforts for doing anything, be it like watching porn or taking weight loss pills. So basically, they have to work. If why everything is not working for them is because they never had that personalized approach or did not work on their root cause, and so that could be one of the reasons. So yeah, weight loss pills are totally no. So I
Yes.
think now, Priyanka, what we can do is so everyone can stay tuned. At the end, Priyanka will give suggestions for.
And now this festival is coming, so we should
हाँ,
also look at how, like, festivals sometimes they teach us a
what we
lot
can
of.
do is we can do a quick recap of all the things we have covered. Then you can give suggestions to everyone on the festival season how they can take it forward. So that people can stay connected at the end. That we are going to get some good tips for this season.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
So I
you can
will.
just, so if somebody has just connected on mobile, they want to do a quick recap, we can just start with that. So starting with, if you want to talk about power of probiotics and
So
fermented.
probiotics is basically, these are the healthy bacteria in our gut who help us, one, to digest the food, and second, to extract the best vitamins and minerals and various type of proteins from the food which are required for normal functioning of the body. And why is it important for weight loss is because unless you take care of your gut and you take care of your gut microbiome, they will start deciding for you. So it's not you who is deciding that I want this burger. It is these bacteria who are deciding, I would like to have a burger for tonight.
And your take on vegan diet?
So vegan diet is, it works, and the reason why it works is because 95% of milk in the market is really not milk. 70% is detergents, urea, and various that type of stuff, which is nowhere close to milk. It only looks like milk, and out of rest 30%, 25%, the cows are not treated well. They are given antibiotics. They are, they are artificially impregnated. Their calf is taken away for beef, and then you put machines on their udder for milk production, which sometimes keep on milking them even when the milk is over, which means you will get pus and blood in that milk. And that type of emotions which are very negative in nature, when you drink that milk, you are not going to benefit. So that is why vegan diet benefits. It's not because milk in its original form is bad, because if you treat gau as mata, then you have a right as a child on the milk of the mata. But if you treat gau like any other animal and treat them like this, then there is no right on the milk. But if you are on a vegan diet, make sure to watch out for B12, vitamin D, and omega-3.
Right. And importance of core area and abs workout at home.
See, core is called core because it is core. And that is why you have to focus on different core muscles: upper core, middle core, bottom core, as well as your love handles, as well as on the back muscles, because they both work in tandem. So if you are only willing to spend 10 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you are going to start seeing results in your ab area. And it's not just, the muscles which will become stronger in that area. The organs in that area, which is your all digestion organs, your intestines, everything will start becoming better. And that's why it's important to focus on core area as a separate area. And मेरा वीक का ट्रेनिंग का some part should be dedicated towards core training.
Right. And about muscle building versus weight loss?
See, the one thing I feel a lot of people have misunderstood weight loss is you are only looking at numbers. You are only looking at calorie deficit. Do you want to, when you are old, do you want to look very weak, not able to lift a thing and not able to do anything, like, the glow on your face is gone? Do you want to be like that, or do you want to be full of strength, energy, with glow in your eyes, and with a lot of, toned body? So you need to focus on muscle building much more than weight loss. So eat the right type of food. It's not about calorie deficit. It's about whichever calories you are taking, they are good quality fat, good quality proteins, they are fibers, because all of them work together to help you build your muscle and build your body. You want to be looking good. You don't want to be just losing weight and looking like weak person.
So, and if you want to talk about dangers of weight loss pills.
So anything that gives you instant gratification, anything that gives you instant result without working for it. So you need to work for the result. Only then will the result be sustainable. Otherwise, any type of shortcuts that we do, so they are like only attending the symptoms. Unless you have attended to the real symptoms, the real cause of your weight gain, you have looked at something which is personalized to your body, to your mind, to your social circumstances, you are only touching, just the symptoms. You will attend them in one way, they will come back in another way. And every 6 months, you will be running from this YouTube video to that YouTube video just to find out, how do I do it? Invest one time, invest in yourself, find your why, find your root cause, because once you attend to the root cause, you will see magic will start happening.
So now we can cover that part, that since festival season is around the corner, so everybody wants to know that how they can control at this time. Dashera is like Dashera, then Diwali is about to come. So if you want to give your suggestions on how we can maintain our weight loss journey during this time.
So see, we have to understand, especially, the festivals that we have, they are built with a lot of thought. What is Dashera? Das Hara. Matlab, I actually took care of 10 heads that I have. See, who is Ravan? Ravan is within you. And when the Ravan goes out, what is left is Sri Ram. So 10 hara matlab wo jo mere 10 sar hain, which are stopping me from seeing my Sri Ram, is those 10 sar. And what are those 10 sar? It is lust, anger, attachment, greed, ego, pride, hatred, envy or jealousy, fear, and indecision. And why is all this important for weight loss is, in 90% of the cases, the reason is never physical. The reason is hidden deep inside your mind. And you have to understand and find out which is that sar of Ravan, which is that one of the 10 sar which we just spoke about of Ravan, which is stopping me from meeting my Sri Ram. It could be fear for one person and it could be jealousy for another. When you are very fearful, your body, your emotions that trigger fear, they start behaving in a very different way. आपको डर लग रहा है. Now the actions that you will take, your rational mind will say कि मैंने ऐसा क्यों किया. But मैं उस टाइम डर के इन्फ्लुएंस में था, वो राक्षस है, मैं उसके इन्फ्लुएंस में था, वो मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता उस टाइम. बट अनलेस मेरा जो वेट लॉस का जो मेरी जर्नी है वो मेरे फियर को अटेंड करेगी, कैलोरी डेफिसिट क्या कर लेगा. ये अंदर बड़े लोग हैं, ये 10 बड़े सर हैं. एंड दशहरा is about इन 10 बड़े सरों को हराना. जरूरी नहीं है सबके पास ये 10 होंगे. आपके केस में, and that's why personalization here as well, आपके वो कौन से सर हैं जो आपको आपके श्री राम से मिलने से रोक रहे हैं. And that is what you have this नवरात्रि, ताकि 10 दिन की वो शुद्धि, 9 दिन की शुद्धि होती है, so that it leads to me killing my Ravan and meeting my Shri Ram. So this is what is Dashera, and that's why in our programs we put a lot of focus on the emotional angles, because weight loss is hardly ever physical, it is always emotional. Why? जब मैं सोशल मीडिया पे इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन घूम घूम के ले रहे हैं, उस टाइम when I feel jealous after half an hour, so maybe I don't call it jealousy, it's like a very subtle form of jealousy. See, jealousy आप बोलोगे वो 1 in 10 है, I'm not talking about 10, अभी we are subtler than that, 2 वाले ग्रेड पे आएगी, 2 ग्रेड पे आएगी, बट वो अंदर एक कुछ हिला देगी. आप थोड़ी देर बाद आप देखोगे आप स्विगी से ऑर्डर कर रहे हो, राइट? एंड स्विगी का ऑर्डर अगेन इज लाइक दैट, इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन. यू डिड नॉट इवन सी, घर पे अगर आप खाना बना रहे हो, आप बाहर से सब्जी लेके आए, छिली, काटी, बनाई, फिर बैठ के सर्व करी और फिर खाई. यहाँ तो बनी बनाई आ गई, सो आपको रिवॉर्ड मिल गया बिना एफर्ट के. वो कैसे पचेगा? So let this Dashera be finding out which is that 10 sar of Ravan inside me, which is not letting me meet my Shri Ram. And meet by Shri Ram, I mean meet by best self, meet the perfect body. Because see, ultimately this body is made by God, right? And the more it is in sync with God, that is what you call meeting your God.
It's a beautiful comparison, and about having all the 10 heads. So I would say that to people, if you want to find out your head, join our root cause challenge, find your why, to get a personalized nutrition plan or expert guidance on weight loss training. We will share all the details in descriptions, and even we will share the description link of our first video. We covered 5 or 6 within the same topic we covered 5-6 points in that video. We will put that in description. And thank you so much, everyone. If you like our content, please like, share, comment, share. And so we have some of the comments. We can just go through that if we have any question in that.
Sure.
Because there were many people who have. Okay, so Manjusa Banwal ji was very active in our chat section. So yes, so most of the time she was supporting whatever we were saying. So yes, so she was talking about that. ये मेरे साथ भी होता है, ये मेरे साथ भी होता है. So right.
Nice.
So thank you so much, everyone. Like, comment. जैसे मंजूषा जी एक्टिव थी, वैसे ही आप भी कमेंट करा करो. साथ में हमें भी इसमें मोटिवेशन मिलता है आपके लिए अच्छा कंटेंट बनाने के लिए. And do also comment what you want us to cover next time. We will cover that also. And thank you so much, Priyanka, for your time. And
thank you.
I wish you a happy Dashera.
Thank
it is
you.
not yet come, but it is about to come. We have already given you guidance on that. So
Yeah.
happy
So
Dashera
that
to
by that time you are prepared, because see, finding that which sar of Ravan is troubling me will also take some time. So you can start that effort now, so that by Dashera we are somewhere.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.